All right, y'all. Welcome back to Kamisha Reviews. Of course, I got some black girl magic for that ass. As always, the queen of reality TV is back, and I have a special guest, somebody I've watched forever. I'm super excited to finally have him on my channel. Always fashionable, always gorgeous, all the things of the things. All right, we got Oliver in the building. What's
Hi,
goody?
how are you?
I am awesome and super excited. Look, for me, I'm a fan. I'm all the things of the things. Really, I am. From watching you with T.S. Madison to your American Next Top Model interviews, the beautiful work you've done as far as your editing, working with other stars, plus your Chasing Reality franchise. I have been that girl. Like, and then the fact that you've been on YouTube and do your own blogging, to see you on Netflix for a lot of us, especially people of color, it was amazing. It was levels. It was levels. It was different. I loved everybody that was on there. But when we saw you, a lot of the bloggers behind the scenes was like, oh my God, that means we can do that too. So I want
Yeah,
to make sure that I say that to you. That's super important.
thanks.
So, did you always want to go on the circle? That's one thing I
Oh,
want to ask you.
no, I actually found out about the circle in totality during the summer of 2021 when I was going through like a low moment in life and I was looking for some new entertainment, and the signs honestly just kept pointing me towards the circle. Like people were
Mhm.
telling about the circle, random conversations with random people, the circle will come up. I had a dream about being on the circle. I didn't realize I was friends with people who had done the circle, social
Mm.
friends. So it just was something that
Mm.
just kept popping up during the summer of 2021. And then eventually I met a friend. His name is DeAndre. He's my best
Mhm.
friend. And he, in conversation with me, was like, you need to go on the circle. And he basically is the one definitely responsible for like basically like holding my hand and
Right.
forcing me to audition for the show. And honestly, one of the best decisions I've ever made.
Wow, that's everything. So once you actually decided to, go through it, how was the process? Because every reality TV, every cast I've ever talking to, it's a different process for every show. How was it getting on the circuit? Was it really grueling? Was it easy? Was it hard?
I would definitely say foremost, the circle definitely does pattern an onboarding process similar to what we've heard in the past. Definitely through my talks with the girls from Top Model, as you
Hmm.
mentioned,
Right.
I saw a lot of similarities as I was getting onboarded into the circle with their
Right.
rounds and then
Hmm.
the
Yes.
tests, the different screenings, the different evaluations,
Exactly.
things like that.
Okay.
Say, and I must give credit to Studio Lambert, who's a production company,
Hmm.
and Netflix, that they were always professional. I really felt like they dealt with me with a high level of care and respect. Um, so even though there may have been some moments that were probably, I would say, new,
Okay.
the company, the production company, and the network really did a good job for me in making me feel very comfortable. It moved really fast. I would say for me, I was probably one of the last people that got casted. Um,
Mm.
I think
Interesting.
I wasn't the last person. I know who was the last person, but if she was the last, I definitely had to be like second to last.
Gotcha. Okay.
I would say I auditioned for the Circle like, and 2 months later I was in the UK. So like,
Mm.
it was a fast process.
Come on, booked and busy. Um, so you work with the Queen TS, of course. And you was very supportive. I saw you back behind the scenes. Like I said, you editing everything. You was, you was a big plus. I watched TS anyway, but when I saw you, I was just attracted to your whole spirit, and so I've been watching you ever since. What made you, or was there anything that happened where you kind of broke out and did your own thing? You do your own thing now. As far not even before the circle. I spoke obviously about the reality, the TV and things you've done before. So, what made you decide to kind of say, "Let's it's time for Oliver"?
Yeah, that's such a great question. Shout out to the TS and everybody else
Period. Mm-hmm.
who played a part in my matriculation in this business. I would definitely say I've always done my own thing. I came into this industry saying that I'm a musician and I'm a personality. That was like the first thing. But I think what happened along the way was as I was creating content for myself,
Mm-hmm.
people with larger platforms and way more success and fans and followers noticed the work I was doing for myself and started inquiring if I could do it for them. And so
Okay.
it became for a long time and still now to this day where I was juggling the two. You know, I'm
Yeah.
doing trying to do my own thing,
Hmm.
but also found a lot of success, um, a business, a livelihood, notoriety by
Yeah.
this creative person behind so many other well-known people. And I think it was honestly just time. God is
Okay.
really good. I serve an almighty God.
Yes.
Um, and so I just think I just think everything just converged to a point to where, okay, I've matured Oliver enough where I've given him all these different experiences and I've given him a platform and a foundation to where now he can kind of do his own thing with comfortability and confidence.
Wow, that is beautiful. Yes, yes, you did your own thing before, and I maybe didn't rephrase that. I know you've done your own
No,
thing, but it seemed like you stepped out. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, and I even know of that you've done both. I've seen you with Dr. Heavenly. I did my homework. I know you've done a lot of things, and you were doing your own thing too. I was like your YouTube channel, but like you said, you probably getting paid. Getting a little coin, so you was taking care of your business like we
mhm.
like we all do. But I just thought when you stepped out on your own, the star was just bright, and then see you on. Like I said, it's everything. That's why I want to know what anything a pivotal moment in your life where you was like, let me just do Oliver. Let's go ahead.
And you know what? I would say, I filmed The Circle a while ago. I don't know
Hmm.
if when we filmed it. I'll definitely say I filmed The Circle before season 5 of Chasing Atlanta. I'll say that much. So The
Dang.
Circle has
Okay.
been stuck in the pocket for a long time, and I've dropped
Mhm.
hints here and there. But of course, none of us knew when it was going to drop until it was dropping. But I just think honestly, The Circle to me is the biggest thing in my career that I have done. Like
Yeah.
undoubtedly the largest thing that I've done, and I must say that I got that because I was just myself. Throughout my whole
Mhm.
audition process, my time filming on the show, not one time did they ask me about someone I worked with or things I've done in the past for other people or who are my celebrity friends and stuff like that. They didn't care nothing about that. They were solely
Mm.
this queer boy who looks like this, who says he raps, and who has this personality and fashion sense. They were in love with that idea. And so with Netflix now being the biggest thing that I've done, and I got there on my own with my own story, my own talent, it's now really giving me the confidence that I am enough. You
Yes.
say on the show,
Yes.
like, I am enough. And I think now with everything that I've gone through and I've experienced both good and bad, I had to experience those things
Mm.
because now it's brought me to this point, excuse me. So I'll always be grateful for the people that I work with, and I still work with people. I'm working
Yeah.
with Paris right now, on the
All
K
right.
Live show.
Yes.
Now I'm just at a stage and point to where things have to benefit me first and foremost, and it has to feed my creative hunger, and it has to elevate me and the things that interest me first before I begin to give myself solely and fully to a whole nother entity.
Wow. It's very obvious that you are close to your mother from the Chase reality series, and then she was even on the Circle. That moment, you had me cry a couple times in the Circle. I will say that, but those were one of those moments. So, how did your mother feel telling her I'm going to be on the Circle? I know to keep it hush hush for a long time. So when she finally found out, how was that reaction?
Oh, my mom was so excited. My mom is like my number one fan.
Mhm.
Even though we go through our ups and downs, my mom is always so excited for, the things that I'm able to accomplish. I'm like her bragging card, like friend, this is my child, what my child is doing. And my mom has been very excited about finding out that that I competed on the circle.
Mm.
And it was really dope too that, I feel like through everything I've done in whatever iteration people have experienced me, the
Mhm.
story and the presentation is the same. And every mom
Mm.
is always a part of my story, a part of my presentation to the world. So for her to have that moment, as small as it was in terms of time on the show,
Mhm.
for it to be that impactful was also another thing that kind of showed me like Eddie, my real name is Eddie. Like Eddie, you got this. Like you got this. Like God is already giving you all the different tools. You just have to
Yes.
kind of realize it yourself.
I love it. I love how supportive your mother is. I just love it. My mom is the same way because she wasn't always for me. I mean, she didn't doing YouTube, being a blogger. When people first hear about that, they're just like, I mean, I'm just being honest. When you first say you're blogging or whatever, they really don't take it too seriously because there's so many people on YouTube. So for me to be doing it all these years, it's like she really supports it and everything else. So I love to hear that. That is, yes, that is everything. So who are your mentors? I know your mother probably is one of those people, but is there somebody that's been in your life towards you?
You know what? I would say I've had many mentors over the years, T.S. Madison being one, Dr. Heavenly being one. I've even had nice moments with people like Spice and Shekinah and Quad. They've been very nice to me, but I would
Oh
definitely,
wow.
I have to give full respect to Funky Dineva, who
Mm,
was first person, the number one first person who ever gave me a chance and said that
wow.
you have a talent, you have a gift, you have a star power about you. Let me cultivate that.
Okay.
He has really been a consistent source of love, source of wisdom, source of advice, source of comedy, source of support in my life ever since I met him back in 2016. I
Mm,
2016 is when I met him. Maybe 2015, maybe
mhm.
something like that. I met him when I was in college.
Oh
Um
wow. Okay.
yeah, college. And he's always been a part of me. And I really do thank him. Funky Dineva is the only person that can walk around and say that I ever applied to work with them. Everybody else picked up the phone and called me and asked me to come, help create for them. But he's the only person that I've ever worked with that I reached out. And I must say it's been a very important, nurturing relationship for me. Even with getting ready for the circle, it was very important to me that I looked good the entire time. And we did get paid to be on the circle. Well, I, you
You good. I mean, because okay, I can say this because I've been doing such a long time. Most reality TV, I cover Big Brother. Big Brother is one of the highest paid. If you are a cast member, even for a short time, the coin is super big. I know all
you
about
were,
that.
you were
Ready
on
to Love, huh?
you were on Big Brother.
No, no, no. I cover the show.
Oh, right. Yeah. And now, I'll just say Netflix and Studio Lambert, they treated me very nicely from the very beginning. However, some of that money doesn't come in until you actually go film it and whatnot. And
Mhm,
being
mhm, mhm.
an entrepreneur, you eat what you kill. I must
Period. I
give
love that.
credit, Funky Dineva. I asked him for, what many people would consider a large amount of money.
Mhm,
Um,
mhm.
have a cushion for my home while I was gone. I was gone for almost a month and a half.
Wow.
Doing the show, and so I wanted a cushion for my home to make sure
Mhm.
everything was taken care of. But then I also wanted to make sure I looked good. So a lot of the looks that people fell in love with, that I wore on the show, I went and actually curated that for the show. And Funky Dineva was the one who made it possible for me to do that. And I had to pay me his money back, and I did. He'll tell you, Oliver, well,
Funk
money.
is very transparent. Yes.
When he told me he was gonna pay it back. But I must give him that credit and shout him out for like really helping me with this moment. He's just been a great help to me since
Love it.
I met him.
Yeah, your looks was everything. Your looks, it was colorful, it was beautiful. I love the colors. So yeah, that and people were talking about that online. So you did look good. So yes, that is beautiful to hear that. And Funky Dineva is very transparent. Funky Dineva is kind of like the gatekeeper I want to look at. I love that you told that story because I've told it many times. There are gatekeepers even on blog, every interfacet of anything that we do. There are gatekeepers, and I love that he did that for you. That's a beautiful story. I love that a lot. Let's talk about the game a little bit. So you spoke about how you came in as yourself. If you had the opportunity to do it again, would you play someone else or would you still play yourself?
No, I will play myself. I always felt like who I am naturally in life was strong enough to be on the circle and compete successfully on the circle. I didn't feel ever inclined to hide behind someone else's
Mhm.
personality because the people need to get into this. They need to get into
Let's
this.
go.
Um, so I never felt inclined to pose as a catfish. If I did the game again, and this is gonna sound so mean and it may sound so shady, I honestly think the only thing I was missing was let's just say an emotional aspect to my character,
Mm.
personality, there was a story, there was a confidence, there was
Yes.
the boom, but I don't think at the time I did a well enough job of really revealing my motivations on why I was doing the show. And I do think while strategy is also good, get what I'm putting down now, because I ain't
Yeah.
gonna flat out. Y'all gonna have to pick around it.
Period.
Strategy is really good, and a story and a personality is really good. Um, you also have to have something that taps into that emotional part of people.
Yeah, I kind of got that even from the season. So now speaking of strategy, a lot of people was they were damaging Raven's game because she had the little showmance and all this kind of stuff. So your strategy, would you change anything? Would you go harder? Because people have different opinions once they get out of situations like that. Would I do it again? Would I do it the same game? Because at the end of the day, you're trying to get coins, you're trying to win.
Um,
So would you change anything at all?
Honestly, no, I would not change anything. I
Okay.
honestly went in with a great, amazing gameplay strategy. And I
Mhm.
think for me to have came in the last person and last as long as I did and be
Yes.
gain the type of momentum that I did prove that my strategy was, really strong. I just think, this is entertainment, guys. So,
Yes.
it's entertainment. This is a business. So, I'll just say I will always do my very best and just let the chips fall as they may, depending on
Okay.
who's um who's authoring, what's on the TV screen.
So you've done reality TV. You've had got got bit by the little reality bug. Would you do? Because it's not. I'm gonna say something because I've been doing covered this for such a long time. There's not many of us on screen or covered on screen. Taylor winning Big Brother was a pivotal moment in reality TV. Even me interviewing her was like a pivotal moment for me because it was everything. We don't normally get to do that, but she wanted specifically to interview with the black blogger, so she changed history with that. So she kind of motivate a lot of people to want to come Big Brother next year and years after that. Would you do Big Brother or other reality TV outside of Netflix?
I love reality TV. Clearly,
Mhm. Yeah.
I mean, reality TV clearly loves me because I keep doing it. I have some other things coming down the pop line and shit. I'm so
Okay. Okay.
that I've done that's in the can. I love Netflix, and so while I will always want to be loyal to the place that
Right.
really it
Hmm.
over for me on a national, on an international platform,
Okay.
circles worldwide. Um, I'm open to any opportunities that God sends my way.
Okay.
So that if that means staying with Netflix and or going somewhere else, who's to say? I never knew when I first joined YouTube and I was doing Chasing Atlanta that I
Mm.
would move on to do the T.S. Madison Experience on WeTV. When I
Yes.
when I did her show on WeTV, never would have thought that I would move on and do a show on one of the top shows on Netflix. Never would have thought that. So who's to say what else God has in the plans for me? And I'm just in a place where I'm just trying to keep myself in an open and ready position for whatever blessings He sends my way.
So speaking of Netflix and coming from YouTube and going to Netflix, how has it changed your life?
Oh my God, Kamisha, I did not realize so many people watch The Circle.
Yes,
Like,
God.
it's honestly a day to day, nonstop, especially when I'm in the airport. Oh, when I'm in the airport, it's over. It's been over for me. And I travel often. I work with Miss Pat for the Miss Pat show on BT Plus, and I help do
Yes.
reels that are on her Instagram of her like doing her comedy and whatnot. A real
Mhm.
cool job that I picked up this year. I love Miss Pat. She's dope as hell. I
I
love her.
love her too.
She's funny. But every time I'm traveling with her, which is usually once a week, um, It's crazy. It's freaking crazy in the airport. So in that regard, I would say I've noticed out way more, way more than what I used to. So now I won't say I'm like conscious, but I'm just like, well, I got to make sure, I'm smelling good. I, someone may see me and I don't want their first,
First impression. Mm-hmm.
their first impression of me, a person be like, oh, he was raggedy. Um, I would definitely say, now I'm getting a whole lot of more offers and stuff like that
Mm.
from people
Okay.
excited about some of the deals that are coming my way that
Okay.
talked about and have looked over. So it's definitely helped me make more money. In short, just putting this
Yes.
out there, being on the show has helped me make a whole lot more money. Being on the show has helped all of my social media. It's helped my music. My streams have like tripled within like a couple of weeks. So like the show has really, really, really changed my life. I'm able to talk to people that I never had access to before. I'm able to go
That
places
is good.
that I never had access before. So the circle, honestly, will forever be near and dear to my heart because it's definitely placed me in a position that I don't think at this point in my life I could have done on my own.
What speaking about your music, because you are very talented. You have so many things going on. It's levels to you, period. Okay. So talk about your music. Do you have anything else coming up new? Are you working in the studio?
Yes, we are in the studio. I have dropped 2 songs this year. The first song was Throw It in a Circle, which was basically a nod to my time on the show. It's a nice quick little twerk anthem. That again feels good. And I also dropped another song, which is Glow Up. That is a different sound from me. It's real funky and psychedelic,
Mm.
singing on the majority of the track. But it's basically me celebrating, my last run in with love. And it's basically trying to take um the more depressing moments about a breakup and losing love and something that you hope for and making it a little bit more empowering and exciting and fun and
Yes.
really just reminding yourself of your own power, your own capabilities, and just manifesting that you're just gonna glow up, right? And I
Mhm.
glowing up just a little.
Yes. Manifest it, baby, all day. Uh, was flirting part of your strategy? I have to ask that. Was
Oh
was
yeah,
it? Okay. That picture said it all.
I'm a slut, but I'm not a hoe. Okay,
Mm.
slut is different from a hoe. But
Yes.
I'm very confident in my body.
Yes, you are.
I love playing with men, and I like when the men folk play with me. And honestly, hot tub with Chaz and I, that
Mm.
was really the only thing I could throw his way was some coochie. So I was like, we ain't really doing this in real life. He on the screen. This could be his grandma for all I know on the other side of the screen.
Look, you know what? True statement. You didn't even know. That's
But
true.
he
And some
wants
Chaz
some,
is fine though.
huh?
And some Chaz is fine. They hair, the curls, very, very cute. Very, very cute. I was like, well, I can see why he's very cute. When he came out with the outfit, the finale, I was like, oh my god, Chaz is so cute. So
Chaz is cute. Chaz is cute. So at that time, I had just got into the game, and so
okay.
everybody that I was having private chats with, which I had a private chat damn near with everybody.
Hmm.
Ones that you saw and did not see, and in every chat, I was trying to tap into something that I could
Yes, you were. Hmm.
gain some ground on because on the show is one thing, but as we're actually filming it, you don't know how long this chat is going to be. You don't know if you're going to have this chat again, and you always are trying to think of how can I place myself in a position where what I do right now can benefit me later and not place me in a position to where I got to fight my way out, because if I do, I may not have enough time to successfully do that. And so when I was talking to Chaz, it just so happened I was upstairs in a hot tub. It just so
Look.
half naked. And it just so happened that Raven started a private chat.
Hmm.
So I was like, let's lean into it. Let's have a little fun.
Look.
Um,
Hmm.
ever seen queer men of color, especially, that look like me on a platform as
Say
big as
that.
engaging in romance with each other. And so while I was also trying to have fun and strategize, I was also thinking about the little queer black boy, the little queer black girl who may not be um 6'5" with a six pack and light
Right.
skin and with nice hair and
Mm-hmm.
you may be a little thick. Your skin tone may fall on the darker side or more chocolate side. But I wanted to be a person in media that shows those little guys and even grown people that what you are and who you are is enough. And if you're confident in yourself, it's always gonna be enough.
I love that. Right now we are in, of course, Black History Month, which is as you can see, my earrings. I'm always going to be fighting for us, and I love that you said that because that's a beautiful thing. So many babies out there who are watching you, who are coming into their own, can say, "Look, I can look like that, and be like this, and serve, and all the things are things." So you do represent that, and I do love that you do that because there are some people that watch out. Like you say, you can't even go into the airport. So all those babies watching you probably may look at things differently because they saw you and Chaz on there flirting and having a good time and sexy and all those kind of things.
It's so funny you said that. You just jogged my memory. My cousin Adina Jackson called me the other day, and she was with one of her friends who watched the show with her little daughter.
Okay.
I can't remember the baby's name. I think it started with a T. It was a girl. She was so cute. So she was
Hmm.
talking on FaceTime about the show, and so I asked. I said, "What was your favorite part about the show? What did you like the most?" You know what she told me? She said,
What?
my favorite part was when you was flirting with Chaz in the hot tub. And I said, now look, baby, that ain't supposed to be your favorite part. All right. But again, I'm just happy that someone that looks like me was able to have that type of moment. I
Hmm.
circle and they be impactful to people.
Yes, yes, I loved it. I loved all of it. I loved the interaction between. Let's be clear, seeing you, Raven, and Chaz, the melanin was popping. I mean, I did. I loved it. I mean, who didn't? Speaking of Raven, with the little drama and the messiness and the things that was happening on the show, how did you feel about? I know you came in late, but there was a lot of mess going on with the triangle. I know you came into it late, but I still want to get your opinion about it because it was so messy.
Um, you know, I really enjoyed how the show showed me during the whole drama and fiasco. Like I was just like, girl, what is going on? Like, oh my God,
Yeah.
happening for real. Um, I'll just say, child, I wish they could show y'all like the unedited version because them people was thumping. Like they
Mm.
was it was so good. Oh, it was so good. For me, you know, I've done television before. I've done, and I've talked to a bunch of people who've done it. So, I was looking at a lot of things through the eyes of like a producer,
Okay.
the people behind the camera, and
Hmm.
no, I'll I'll just say, a lot of my inclinations and instincts were correct.
Okay.
But it was entertaining as fuck. It was
Mm,
so entertaining. It was
mm,
so good. And I mean, I knew that, out of the trio, one of them was gonna reign supreme.
mm,
My guess was always right. I knew Sam was gonna win the moment I talked to her and saw
mm.
her. Or not knew, I felt like she really embodied the moment and what, I think the circle looks for in a winner.
Yes. Hmm.
Um, and so when the drama started happening and I was getting, winds of it and I was seeing that, I was like, oh yeah, okay.
Hmm.
So this is how it goes.
Hmm. Yeah, I agree with you about Sam. I felt like, especially after you came and how things were going, for me it was between her and Chaz and Raven. But I knew for some reason I just had a feeling it would be between Chaz and Sam. I just really did. You guys have a bond. I've seen the post. You guys really have a nice bond. I'm pretty sure you all had bonded from this experience. It's like a sister brotherhood. Is that kind of, would it be a okay? So I have one more question I want to ask you. What is next for Oliver?
What is next for Oliver?
Hmm.
We are going on vacation in about a week to Cancun for the first time. It's my birthday. I'm an Aquarius,
Oh.
and like 40 people who follow me are coming to vacate with me, and you may or may not see what happens on the experience later. Um,
Mm.
we'll see what happens. I can say that, but I
Okay.
can't how you gonna see it and where you gonna see it at. But you
Right. Right.
how the
Gotcha.
trip goes, and I'm so excited to bring people along with me on this first time experience. Um, we're working on music. We're
Yes.
curating more content. We're also trying to build our social media empire. So you will see me make my return back to YouTube on a consistent.
Yes.
Very excited about. We have more collaborations that we have with, brands and other superstars out here in the world. I'm still working with Candy Burris from Housewives of Atlanta. That's amazing. Working with Miss Pat, working with Dr. Heavenly. So I'm just out here working, Kamisha.
Yes. Let's
Been
go.
following a while. Oliver's always gonna go to work. I'm always
Yeah.
gonna be busy. I'm always gonna have my hands going in something. And I'm just actually just happy to bring people along with me on the journey.
I didn't even know that you knew. I think I saw. I was on your Instagram live, and you was like, "Aren't you a blogger?" I was like, "Wait, Oliver know me."
Yeah, you did a story, I believe, when the whole GOTS Madison thing happened years
Oh
ago.
Lord, yes, years ago. Yes, years ago. Dear God, yes.
Remember what you said.
I don't remember
I
either. I ain't gonna lie to you.
all that content, like to me, is it. I feel like my brain cells are dying,
Mhm.
and not necessarily you, but just the subject matter of what you
Yes,
I
yes.
just so
No, no,
unnecessary.
no. Right.
But I always remembered your name, Kamisha Reviews, and I want to say I did watch something of yours, and I just really enjoyed like your presentation. But I just always remember that name, Kamisha Reviews, and you've consistently tagged me in things, which is so
Mhm.
important as a blogger and as someone who's trying
Yes.
to build their social media empire, and their impression in the industry. People may not be thinking about you in the moment, but if
Mhm.
you're like, consistent in what you do, there may come a day where they be like, "Oh, I remember her," or "Yeah, I've seen her before." And so I've always seen your name, Kamisha Reviews, because you've always tagged me. So when time came around, for this, I was like, "Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, girl, yeah, let's do it, yeah." So
I was
good job,
excited.
y'all. Take note from Kamisha, being consistent
Mhm.
gets the job done.
You have to do that. Period. Look. Period. You have to. Okay. That's the word. That's the word. Period. So I am honored again to have Oliver, who came on my platform to speak to me. Like I said, it's a double thing. I'm excited. I was happy as a fan, as a blogger, to support the Black content creator, to see the growth. Um, hang on just a second.
Is he with
Sorry
you?
about that. My mother came in here. It's life. I'm not gonna. I don't take it out. It keeps it real.
Walking in, got some other. All right.
I've had interviews and stuff. And my mom walked in, was like, I didn't know. So thank God she didn't do that. But anyway, thank you guys for enjoying this piece. I did. Most interviews I do, I'm not saying I don't enjoy them, but I really enjoyed this one. Always infectious attitude, personality, positivity, love your smile, your vibe, just everything about you has always been just oozing of just good juice. I'll say that. Okay. So
Ah, yeah, you want to see?
so thank you again for coming on, baby. I am a Southern queen and queen of reality TV. So that being said, I'm gonna close the door. I'll see y'all next time.